this particular look, I want to achieve a porcelain effect on the skin. I have mixed a light pink and a white opal into the airbrush gun. I prefer circular motions and side to side when using an airbrush gun. To be precise with the shape of the crystals and making sure my placement is flawless, I first outline it with a light brow shadow using an angled brush. Start directly at the tear duct and draw a line directly above the brow and follow the shape of the brow itself. And repeat for the bottom part. This next part can take time and can be frustrating. All you need is lash adhesive, a plate for the glue, tweezers, and crystals in 3 different sizes from tiny to large. You will need all the sizes to achieve this particular shape. I place the smallest gem at the start and at the finish. I also use this gem as a filler. The larger gems are great for covering the brow. There's really no right or wrong way, just be creative and have fun. Now for the eyes. This look calls for a heavy wash of color, a dark smoky eye if you will. Apply a black cream shadow directly at the lash line using a flat concealer brush. Then using a stiff blending brush, blend the cream into the crease. This particular product dries fast, so I suggest doing one eye at a time. For this look, I wanted a cold feeling but didn't want to use blue. So I used a reddish purple frost shadow and I feel it looks sexy and icy cold. I packed it on using a flat shader brush. Using a fine crease brush, blend the same shade into the crease. Be heavy-handed when carving out the crease and be light-handed when blending above the crease. With some shadows, you may get a secondary color when using this technique. This is a wash of color, so take the color all the way to the bridge of the nose. With an angled brush, apply the same black cream shadow under the eyes as a liner. Don't worry about straight lines because we're going to blend it out. Then, with a pencil brush, smudge out the black cream liner with the same purple eyeshadow. Keep layering until you get an opaque and smoky effect. Since there is only one brow which will compete with the crystal brow, this brow needs to stand on its own and be fierce. Start with a brow wax which will allow the brows to be sharper and darker. The look calls for a strong, fierce brow that's strong enough for a dry clean but made for a woman. One of my favorite parts to do is highlighting the brow bone. I am using a slightly frosted champagne tone eyeshadow. Apply the shadow directly under the peak of the brow, then use the tip of a flat shader brush and marry the colors together. love powder eyeliner but hate the fallout. However, my friend's product called Shadow Shields is perfect when doing eyes and preventing any fallout to ruin your makeup. I love it when using glitter, which I'll show you soon. Apply a dark blue matte eyeshadow with an angled brush, and then blend it out with a pencil brush. Just remember the deposit should always be heavier at the lash line. Mascara always makes the eyes pop, and this look calls for heavy lashes. So be generous with your favorite mascara, just make sure it's jet black. Apply the same dark blue eyeshadow under the eyes and smudge it out. This adds a beautiful blue frame around the eyes. Not much foundation is needed since I airbrushed your skin on. However, a little HD concealer under the eyes always makes a clean and flawless look. For this look, I'm using two blush shades in two textures. First, a pale pink nude matte blush, heavy on the apples and blended out to the temples. Then apply a frost pinkish blush over the apples and on the high planes of the face. This next part really looks amazing in person. You can create any design or shape that goes under the opposite eye of the crystal brow. I've decided to create teardrops. I used a larger crystal to place in 4 different spots under the eye. Then I used a medium gem and placed them under the larger crystals, then the smallest to follow. I used the medium and small gems as fillers in between the teardrops. To finish the eyes, use a cream jet black pencil liner and line both top and bottom waterlines. Keeping with an icy theme here, I went for a Barbie pink lip pencil. It's sexy, it's girly, and yet a little icy cold. To finish the lips, I love using opaque lip gloss. And lip tars from OCC Cosmetics are insane. This product makes the lips look hella wet and hella sexy. I like a clean and perfect lip, so use a flat shader brush and a foundation powder or concealer and clean the edges of the lips. It's absolutely flawless. Now your look is complete. Good luck. Check out the description below to see a full list of products used in this video.